last game, Manchester United, Manchester City, and the reason it's last game is we felt there wasn't too much in the other games. We thought everyone had really steady games, there were no incidents. But the Manchester United Man City game, there were just a couple of incidents to discuss on that. One was the free kick that was awarded that led up to the goal.
Not a free kick for me.
Not a free kick for you, and for you, Mark.
What about you with those tinted glasses on?
My tinted glasses are, that was a definite free kick. Prevented his leg from coming back.
Well, I'm going to take those tinted glasses off for you, and it wasn't a free kick.
I memean, the explanation I had this morning, I nearly put my finger in my throat because it was so banal in terms of...
As referees, I think we've all been in that situation. We've all been in that situation where we've given a free kick, and the player's reactions then most probably tells you perhaps that wasn't a free kick. But just staying on, I think Manchester City may face a charge of failing to control their players at that incident because they all surrounded the referee. So we've all been there, and you're thinking, if they take this free kick, I hope they don't score from us. I hope they don't score from us. It's like when you give a corner and it should have been a goal kick, you find the foul, don't you? And I think perhaps Mike Dean most probably was just a little bit too, thinking, I don't know, perhaps he was too close. Perhaps he was just too close in that situation.
I think that's the point. I mentioned that earlier to Simon. I think he was too close. And when we get in too close, we're either looking at the feet or we're looking at the upper body. We lose the perspective of all the upper body fouls because we're concentrating down below. And I think he might have been caught up above, looking at the upper body area rather than down below, and gives a free kick. But
having said that, they still had a lot to do. I think Man City defenders and Aguero just went to sleep, didn't they? So, listen, it wasn't a free kick. We've all been there. We've all done that, and it's one of those things, isn't it?
Said about the robots and the science type of things, because there's an art to not being too close, and there's an art not to being too far away. And
absolutely, I think if Aguero's not breaking away, like he did, I don't think he gives that free kick. He's most probably thinking, oh no, perhaps that was a possible free kick. And if he goes on and scores, but when it rebounded on, didn't it?
On the thread, because to me, and I've said this to Keith, Dean gives the yellow card for simulation. It's a penalty. But can VAR, I know this is what it was brought in for, but that's overriding in a very big way a senior match official to say, actually, it's not a simulation, you're completely wrong, it's a penalty.
Hold on, it's a clear and obvious error side. So VAR protocol allows him to come in. So it doesn't matter. Come in, Andre Mariner, and said, Mike, that's a penalty kick, you got it wrong. Or... this is why the pitch side monitor is there. Because this is a subjective decision, as Mark has already pointed out. Go and have a look at the monitor. From where I'm seeing, this is a penalty kick, not a yellow card. You've got to build in a working relationship of trust. And for me, I don't know, I just get this impression that a bit of the camaraderie, a bit of the teamwork, the team spirit and confidence has lost a bit. And I don't know whether that's because they're in a bunker 300 miles away and you lose some of the personal bit. Because off he goes in his car, back home, Andre Mariner, and Mike Dean has left the field the error. It's an error. It should have been a penalty kick. And someone's got a yellow card. And for me, I always used to say, do not give a yellow card for what might be an act of simulation, unless you see it as an act of simulation and you're 100% certain. Because you're actually saying to that player, you're a cheat, here's a yellow.
So, but Mark, there was two mixed messages on this one that come out. You mentioned there was one from beIN Sports, and then there was the one from the VAR.
Just going back to what Keith was saying, as a referee, so don't go looking for trouble. Mike Dean's gone looking for trouble, and of course, and that centres on everything. Was he touched? Was he not touched? Just play on. Just play on. Just play on. Don't go looking for trouble. I'd rather get that wrong than get the penalty. He's got the penalty wrong, But you're right. I mean, listen. Understanding that, like you're saying, Simon. beIN Sport there was saying that it wasn't reviewed.
And
then then we had a statement from the PGR come out and saying, there wasn't enough contact to make him go down. But sorry, but where's that saying law 12 there wasn't enough contact to make it a foul? Yes, it is a contact. Yeah. Not every bit of contact is a foul or a penalty. But this instance, it was clear contact.
Yeah.
A clear foul, and a penalty should have been given, not a caution for simulation. No. And Andre Mariner should have come in and told Mike Dean it was a penalty. We'd rather have seen Mike Dean go to the monitor, but obviously we know that's not happening. But that has got to happen. That has got to happen.
That will happen, yeah.
This Mark season, what really concerns me is that we want the PGMOL to communicate, but I cannot believe that there's anybody that's an active referee or even had refereeing experience can come out with a statement that was quoted on television, that there wasn't enough in it.
They've done the same in the Chelsea-Tottenham game, didn't they?
There was contact. It was a clear foul.
Clear foul. But they've done the same with the Chelsea-Tottenham game. They've done the same with the Chelsea-Tottenham game, and they said, he had nowhere to put his feet. Then they come out and change it. It was a clear error. So, listen, you've got to wonder what's going on at Stockley Park. Who's there? Who's in control? Who's running the show? How many people are looking at that screen? Who's interfering with the VAR? You have to, because something is going drastically wrong.
Do you know what's worrying me, Mark, about this whole process with VAR? I'm getting mountains of emails that's questioning the integrity of our match officials. I will never do that. I'll never question the integrity and honesty of these guys. They're human. They go out and make mistakes.
Absolutely.
But how it's currently operating, right, is leaving a lot of people who are important to the game, spectators, saying, your guys are bent. And I'm going, they're not. I always defend that position, but this is the outcome of a lack of communication, or when communication's made, they've forgotten about the law.
Yeah, see, for me, VAR will work. I think it's an excellent introduction into football, but we're not implementing it properly into the Premier League. That's the reason why we're getting all this confusion, and it's not working, because we are not following the IFFE protocol. Correct. The Premier League have brought in their own protocols.
Yeah. Frightening.
Right, I've got one last question for you, Welsh Wheels, because you're an ex-goalkeeper.
Yes.
Some repute.
Oh yeah, made a comeback.
Who would you be your England #1 at the Euros this year?
Well, I think, knowing Gareth Southgate, he's pretty loyal to his players, and I would imagine he'll stick with Pickford. But I think if you're looking at the three, Pope, Henderson and Pickford, my choice based truly on performance.
Yeah.
I've seen Pickford make quite a few errors this season.
Yeah.
I think I've seen Henderson make one. I know Pope's made a few. I would go, since we've qualified for Euros and we've got friendlies coming up, I would go with Henderson.
Yeah, great answer. So I'm going to say a huge thanks for Keith. Massive thanks for you, Mark, for joining us. It's been absolutely fantastic. And that's the end of this week's episode of Ref Lounge. Please join us again next week. We may not be discussing VAR.
Are you kidding me?
Got more chance of winning the lottery.